Bocce, a backyard bowling game that originated in Italy, is now being played in an annual tournament known as the World Series. A game that was invented for backyard lawn play has grown into a national spectacle.
Initially, when everybody thinks of bocce, they all think of lawn bocce.
Right.
At first, like, oh yeah, I play that at a cookout or a barbecue, like you said. But then you come to the Tucalana Club or the Galliano Club in Rome, and you're like, well, what are these courts? What are these lines?
Yeah.
You know, like, this is a little different.
Rather than being played on grass, bocce is now played on standardized courts made of gravel, and may have hills similar to that of a golf course.
The courts aren't completely flat like most people would think. A lot of people like going along the boards. Some people actually bounce it off the boards. So it's a lot different than just a completely flat surface or just grass, because it rolls a lot faster than obviously just in grass.
Over 120 teams travel to the Tucalana Club in Rome, New York to compete in the World Series of Bocce.
You'll have teams from Connecticut, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Florida. They come from Canada as well. We're starting to see Vermont and New Hampshire coming down, so it's really starting to take over the Northeast and the East Coast.
Started back in the early 70s, this three-day tournament brings in thousands of spectators, young and old, from all over the East Coast.
It's definitely an interesting perspective when you get to know these teams, the older guys, the younger guys, and people who are just starting out too. So you really get to make a lot of connections all over the country and East Coast.
I feel like everyone that's down here, they're always watching some kind of game, especially when it gets closer to the end, like on Sundays. A lot of people are down here because everyone's in the money and they have potential of getting to that championship game.
The 44th Annual World Series of Bocce is scheduled to take place July 13th through 16th and is set to host over 120 teams. I'm Josh Royce, Eyewitness News.